Ghitta Khempf.
All right. Introduce yourself, brother.
My name is AJ Strickland. From Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a native Alaskan by way of my grandmother Rose, and play music, and have had lots of different lives. I don't know. What do you want to know?
Awesome, brother. So the first thing I want to know is what got you into music, and what kind of music do you, what kind of artist do you portray yourself as?
With music, I went to a public art school from kindergarten on until I graduated high school. And so it's always been, I was really lucky. My mom put me in an arts program from a young age, and my dad played guitar. So they instilled that in me really young. I've been playing guitar and piano for my whole life, and at this point, I'm producing techno and ambient music. I also play in a punk band. So for techno, I play in a duo called Pheny, Pheny, short for phenomenal. And then I play in a band called Unruly Boys.
Ooh.
And my ambient project is Teroscu, which is like an ever-evolving thing.
Awesome. So how long have you been with the band?
We've been a band since 2016, 2015.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah, 2016.
That's awesome.
So
How many there are y'all?
there's 5 of us total.
Ooh, sweet. Have y'all played
Yeah.
any shows?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We haven't played. We played only one show since things have unlocked. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, before that, we played pretty frequently around Charlotte, North Carolina, New York, Chicago.
Awesome. What would you say your favorite show or crowd of people was? In what state, what area?
I would say our album release in 2019 with the Royal Hounds and Lower Orders. That was great. Yeah, good friends of ours. Our friend Carlos, he got his citizenship. He was an immigrant. Now he's a citizen, and he got his citizenship that day, and drove up from Atlanta to come play the show. So it was really rad. It was really special. It was a special moment.
That was awesome. That's super.
Yeah.
You become, that's pretty dope. Become a citizen and then come play at the show. Like that's freaking dope, man.
Yeah, it was really great. And like we had played with that band before, the Lower Orders, and so like they were coming up to play the show, and it was just like everybody had a great time. I mean, we really celebrated.
That's so awesome. So how many singles or albums have you made yourself or that you have coming out right now?
Right now I'm in the studio with Pheny, doing our first release. We have a single that we put out earlier this year on 808 called Gang of War, and we're working on our first EP. It's called Finally Something Moves You, and we're in the studio with Walter Irving. He has a really great studio here in Charlotte, and it's called Abstract Noise, and he's got tons of synthesizers, great ear for music. He's worked in Nashville, worked in Charlotte, and he's only 25, so
wow,
he's killing it. He's also in school to be an electrical engineer, so he's going to be starting a synthesizer company, and he's just like he's on it.
That's so dope. So what are your goals in the next 2 to 5 years, would you say?
Man, so I used to own a barbershop. I've been a barber for about 10 years, and I'd like to get into something a little less physically demanding, because believe it or not, it's pretty tiresome to cut hair all day. Having your arms up and, talking to people all day. I'd like to figure out a different career. Looking into coding. I'd like to be still playing music, doing that, and maybe helping people out with that, teaching people how to play music and use electronic stuff, software, hardware, whatever.
That would be cool though. That is cool. Do you own like a little music class or master class on how to like play the guitar or piano? That would be something dope.
Yeah,
That would be like
it's something that a lot of people ask me about, and it can be confusing the way that people teach or like explain synthesizers, drum machines, pianos, all that stuff. From like people always want to go for a technical standpoint instead of just like turning something on for someone and just being like, here's how you do this, just play, like it's more intuitive than people make it out to be.
I think you could really open up that door for people too, since so many people have asked you like, could you like do a master class? I think that would be like something wonderful, especially since you've done it like your whole life. The basics, and more on how to do this, what strings to play, what you need to play on the piano, what to hit the right note, just all that stuff. So that would be like something really cool too. So like that would be dope to see if you had like a master class that you brought out. I think that would be really cool. Help a lot of people.
Yeah. Another thing, I think information should be free. Like Internet Archive and New York just made their library system to have no late fees. So I think that's something that goes along with that, just teaching and in general, is that more information should just be readily available. And with that, like more people would be inclined to share that knowledge and be willing and open to teach. And I think that's really important philosophy to share.
Yeah, that is true.
Music, art in general, everything any information that is out there should just be available. I mean, that's what the internet's for. The internet has become a utility, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, if it's beneficial, it should be free. Most of these people are like, nah, you got to pay the fee just to come over my way, and it's like, woo.
Fuck paywalls. No paywalls. No, not at all.
$1,000 just to get.
No.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous and ludicrous, and especially like how much. Like I could understand that people were talking about, if you pay me $20, I'll teach you how to do. Cool, I'll pay you $20, teach me some lessons. But these people are talking about charging hundreds and thousands of dollars just to teach them this simple thing that I could probably learn in about 2 months and do it on my own. Like,
exactly.
Like, no. So yeah, I applaud you for that, brother. So what is a positive message you would like to give out to people in the world?
Drink more water, sleep more, and don't hustle so hard. The grind isn't all that.
I like that.
Take some time to rest.
Yes.
And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Hey, I like that. That's really important, man. Hygiene, sleep, all that stuff, because then you can wake up and feel refreshed.
Yep.
So really, yeah, brother. Okay, so we're gonna get into some cool stuff. So I noticed you have some tattoos on you, bro. Can you explain some of them to me, to the people?
Yeah. The one on my throat. That's the one that most people ask about. It's my dog Wallace. His teeth, and he passed away in 2017. Pretty shortly. I adopted him in 2013. I've had a few house fires, and unfortunately, I lost him in that house fire. So it's just, I got it before he passed, but yeah, I just really liked. He was a Rottweiler like Chow mix. He had a crazy face. He was really energetic and fun, and but like with being a kind of Rottweiler Chow, he had the spotted tongue and like big, kind of scary teeth, but he was really playful, so kind of silly.
That's awesome. Hey, it's a good memory to have, though. You know, when we
Yeah, he's great.
my cousin lost his dog. He was outside walking, and he had water. He had water and food out there right with him. Next thing you know, you see him just lay on the ground, and my cousin walks outside, and he pats the dog. He pats the dog, pats the dog, pats the dog. Dog doesn't respond. Dog doesn't respond. Next thing you know, he checks the dog's post. The dog, he's dead. It was a
My
summer.
condolences.
It was summer. It was the heat of the summer. I think he died from a heat stroke, but
Yeah.
he was out there, died. Literally, he was just alive 5 minutes ago and died right there. So it's real sad what happened. He does miss him a lot. So that's uh, it is what it is. But yeah, man, what's the other tattoos on the arms though, brother? Because I see it. I see one, the black one
Oh
on the knee.
man, I'm like they're everywhere. It's I'll tell you about some artists that I've visited instead. How about that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So here in Charlotte, Chris Stewart, he owns Made to Last. I would check him out. World class shop. He's been tattooing for over 2 decades. He owns a shop in Uptown Charlotte. It's a historic house that's been there since I think the late 1800s, and so it's in the it's registered with the historic landmarks, like the deeds of
Wow.
historic landmarks or whatever. So he and his business partner own that. Great guy. Who else? Stevie Floyd. She's in Oregon. She's in Portland. She actually did my the teeth on my throat. She's great. She's been tattooing for a long time. She used to tattoo with a woman named Darcy, who's now in between Boise, Idaho, and here, Charlotte, because she ended up marrying Rodney Raines, who was Chris Stewart's you know, mentor.
Oh
So
wow.
it all comes full circle.
That's so dope. That is super
Yeah,
dope.
yeah,
That's super dope. That's some great tattoo artists though. They did a really good job, man. I mean, they did really good. I mean, that's art. That's what we call like true art when people can put because
absolutely.
I've seen people that like had tattoos and I'm like, dude, that doesn't even look right. And then like, you
Oh,
know,
I've got some
it's
bad tattoos. Don't don't get me wrong. They're just hidden.
yeah, but the good ones, I mean, they're there. They look so dope. They look cool. They stand out, and they're just, you know, it just it really can tell a story when you look at someone. You know, it really tells a story because a lot of people when they get tattoos, like usually they tell a story on their body, and it's like really cool to see all that. So it's super dope, you know. And I could tell like with the dog teeth, you can tell okay, he's got like teeth of a dog. That must mean he, you know he might have a dog that's really close or passed away or you know that's the first thing somebody can think about whenever they look at stuff like that so it tells a story about a certain person so that's super dope. So what are some things that you've struggled with in life, bro?
Um, Several people in my life have committed suicide that were really close to me, and including my father and my best friend Nick. Um, so, and it gets tough to handle that, and to so suicide is kind of a contagious thing. Like you start to dwell on it, and then if you get depressed and start having that same thought, like it can be tough to want to keep going. But luckily, I'm still here, and it's just the grief process is never ending.
Yes,
It
yes.
sometimes it gets better after time, and sometimes it just like comes crashing back into you. And so struggling with grief is something that a lot of people don't openly admit, and especially among men, it's actually Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's
Yes.
also Native American Heritage Month, and so among men and Native American men, especially, suicide is pretty common, just due to struggles of socioeconomics and, like I said, it's kind of contagious. So you get that thought in your mind and you dwell on it. So don't be afraid to go to therapy and see somebody, talk to your friends, check up on them, ask how they are. It's important.
It helps. It really helps because I actually lost a friend over suicide myself. He I think it was drug overdose, but he died last year during COVID. And I interviewed the guy back in 2017. He was a cool dude, DJ Laxwag, drug overdose. I didn't hear about it till later on. My friend Connor told me about it. And it was just really sad to see it. And actually the other day I read over our old interview, and I kind of just I kind of got a little emotional because it's like I missed the guy,
Yeah, man.
It's
unfortunately a common thing, and more than people care to admit or care to acknowledge, rather.
Yeah, we got to start opening up, being more open about it.
Yeah, man. So, it's important.
So the last question, bro, is what else would you like to tell people about yourself?
Get a gun, don't have kids for the earth, and tell your friends you love them.
Yes. All good messages, brother. Thank you so much, brother, for doing this interview. I really appreciate it. It was really powerful. I really appreciate you and all that you're doing and all that you're creating, especially the things that you're getting into, the things that you're building. I'm really happy to see just how everything keeps going for you in life, bro. Like with music, with career changes, all kind of stuff. So I really look forward to all that, brother. So I do thank you, man, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, man. Keep in touch.
Will do. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye, man.